Hello, Charlie TCG here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some deck profiles. So I'm going to show you some post-rotation decks and kind of give my thoughts and feelings on them. Today we're going to look at Miraidon EX. So Miraidon EX is definitely one of the most hyped up cards from this set. And it's really powerful with tandem unit ability to search your deck for two basic lightning Pokemon to put to the bench and hitting for 220 damage with basically a one retreat cost. So how's it doing in Japan? It's about 9% of the top eight in the city leagues. So think of them like league challenges and league cup sort of number of events. And it's kind of won about four of them, which is really good for the style of deck. And I think it's really strong and powerful. There are definitely some ways around it, either using it as a tech Pokemon and kind of building some other decks around it or focusing on it. So, and I've also done some testing myself as to when I put the most effort in, and I decided to set myself a task, play 100 games and see how often I get the turn one attack. And it actually happens 47% of the time, much lower than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be, 75% does really well. But you can get it powered up, but then half the time it's like, I've then got to switch into it. So that was kind of my thought process into Miraidon. I want ways to have a way to switch, have other attackers, have a late game attackers, which came up with this. So this right now is my list. I've gone for 3 Miraidon EX. I think you don't need more than 4. It's still really powerful. And even if you prize 1, you still don't lose the game. I've gone for a 2-2 Mareep line, a Fluffy line. Fluffing is amazing from like turn 2 onwards. If you have at least one of these out, this is an extra energy attachment. It's just super strong. I still love the Regieleki line, which can do your attacks can do 30 more damage. So having a 3-3 line here, putting 2 of these out, you're now hitting for 280 damage. Really strong. As well as teaming up with Regieleki's first attack, where it does 100 damage and then it walls for attacks. Really good. Now here is when people might go, what? I play one Pachirisu in here. This has seen a lot of popularity in Japan right now. And I kind of went, nah, I'm not a fan. I've done a few testing myself and went, actually, it's really good. It's a 2 energy attacker, has 1 retreat. Sorry, it has 2 retreat. Or 1, I can't see right. I think it's 1. But it's 10 plus 20 more for each of your lightning Pokemon you have in play. And this can just team up to do more and more damage. If you have Regieleki's out, it's a single price attacker to go into trades of other things. So that's something which has a really big, strong selling point to it. And then I also play one Raichu V. I really like Raichu V as a finisher late game, 60 times 60 for energy you discard from your play. Team up with Flapping, team up with Regieleki. It's a really strong finisher. So I kind of went with this one because I wanted to have more attackers. Whereas my original initial list, I just had Miraidon, but I wanted to have these other secondary attackers to still sometimes close out the games. You play 14 energy in this list. The reason why it's so probably a bit low is purely because of space, because I wanted to find out other things. I'm trying out 14 energies right now, so this is my build I'm at currently. We're then playing 2 Forest Steel Stones. Ability to not having a V-Star ability is really you don't need to worry too much about. So having a Forest Steel Stone guarantees you search your deck for anything you might want to have. We do play 5 switching outs with the Beach Court, where your basic Pokemon have 1 retreat less, as well as 1 rope, 1 switch. Always good to have these options out. Other item cards, 2 Nest Ball, 4 Ultra Ball. Just get other like support things is really good. Having the 4 Ultra Ball, but that's the only way you're getting Flaffing and Regieleki. It's just really good to have some more discard fodder and do really well. I do like the shoes because you want to sometimes go really quick. You want to try and like set up as much as possible because outside of your draw supporters, you have no draw whatsoever. So playing this is really strong. I don't have a Radiant Greninja in this list because initial testing I really liked it. But I want to add some more space to other attackers. That's why I kind of cut the Greninja and went into more focusing on these. That's the tech which you could potentially want to add in. And then my favorite card, I'm always a huge fan of big basics, always a huge fan of Max Elixir. So having the Electromagnetic, which is look at the top 5 cards to your deck and attach up to 2 lightning energies you see there to your lightning Pokemon and play in any way you like. You have to be on the bench though. So it's really, really strong. Supporter lineup, I play 4 research and 2 judge. These are some of the more draw supportery sort of ways. Judge is really good just to have some hand disruption. 2 boss, kind of lean towards boss instead of Serena. The reason why in this list I'm going with that because of how powerful and how strong other decks are. It helps in mirror matchups, so you can boss up some EXs. And then I also play 2 Arvins. I'm a huge fan of Arvin. It's search your deck for an item card and then a tool card because, as we know in the post rotation, tool cards are no longer item cards; they're own separate entities. So this is really good because you could get electromagnetic motor plus forest steel stone, or the choice bot you might need. The reason I have choice bot in here because of Giratina. If you only have 1 Regieleki VMAX out, you can have a choice bot and KO Tina. That's kind of my standardization on the list. And now let's go over some tech options. So these are some other tech options potentially you could go in there. You could play Ampharos EX to beef up your 90 HPM Flaffines. And also it can hit for its Sky 2 energies for 240 damage. It doesn't get the Regieleki bonus, but if you have a belt on, it does 270. Really nice. Also, the Baby Lucky, you can kind of substitute that from Pachirisu. If you have, it does 180. If you have 2 Lucky VMAXs out, hits the bench, another sort of like nice sort of attacker you have in this. EXP share potentially is another one which could be good. Instead of relying on flapping, you can attach it to Miraidon. You can get some more options out. Same thing like even having Raihan in. So there's lots of other tech options. Also, last few days, Luxray V, but like the item log, V is doing really, really well right now. It's winning quite a few tournaments and doing pretty standard, which could be an option for teching around. As well as you could either play Serena. Serena is just a really nice sort of tech card option to draw some cards, to gust up some Vs. So yeah, there's some other tech options here. But right now, I'm kind of happy with this Miraidon EX list. I'm really excited to carry on some more testing into this format. These are kind of my thought process right now. I really like the Regielekis. I think the Pachirisu is really strong. After some testing, potentially you can want to try and add maybe a Gradient Greninja, just a way to get some more search options available to you. You could cut either like a Shoes or an Arvin to guarantee that Greninja slot. But this is my thought process right now. This is where I'm at. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the list. And if you've got any comments and feedback about the list or what you're excited to try out, please let me know down below. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys later. Bye for now.